Today is a very auspicious day, Disappearance Day of one of the dearmost disciples of Srila Prabhupada Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Thakur, Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. But first we have to continue with our Srinivas Acharya's biography. Yesterday we could not finish due to lack of time, so I said we will continue today. Yesterday was his appearance day. We heard that Srinivas Acharya, suddenly his father, who was a great devotee of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, had a desire to have a son. Suddenly, before he had no desire. Then he told to his wife, Lakshmi Priya, she's also a devotee. She told, let us seek permission from Mahaprabhu. Then they came to Puri, and Mahaprabhu, even before they asked, already Mahaprabhu said, yes, Jagannath will fulfill your desire. Then everyone was curious, what desire? Then he said, Chaitanya Das wants a son, and he will have a son. He will be great devotee. He will be like me. In this way, Mahaprabhu blessed. Then he was hearing about Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda from his father, but then father left this world, and then he was staying with mother. Then he heard from Narahari Sarkar Thakur that soon Mahaprabhu will disappear from this world. So Srinivas Acharya took permission from his mother to go to Puri. She gave, and he went with devotees, but before that Mahaprabhu already disappeared. Then he was so sad and he decided to commit suicide, but then Mahaprabhu appeared in his dream, gave him darshan, and also his dancing in front of Ratha Yatra, all those Puri Leelas. He showed and told him, no, you should go to Puri. Then he came to Puri and he met all associates of Mahaprabhu, and he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from Gadadhar Pandit Goswami. Up to this point, we heard yesterday. While on his way to Bengal, Srinivas learned that Advaita Acharya and Nityananda Prabhu had also wound up their earthly pastimes. Once again, he determined to end his life in their separation, but the two Prabhus appeared to him in a dream to assuage his grief and persuaded him to give up his resolve. Again, he got dream. We can also get if we are eager to serve. He got in dream. When he arrived in Navadip, Srinivas was once again plunged into an ocean of despondency at the loss of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Banshivadan Thakur saw him in this condition and approached Vishnu Priya Devi and asked her to grant Srinivas an audience and to bless him, means wife of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Srinivas Acharya was amazed to see Srimati Vishnu Priya Devi's deep faith in Mahaprabhu's worship and her intense renunciation. While in Navadip, he had a dream of Sachi Devi and received blessings from her too. See, though he came later, they already disappeared, but in dream he got their darshan and blessing also. Srinivas then wandered throughout Bengal, going to all the Shripads of the associates of Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu, seeking their blessings. In this way, he visited Shantipur, Kardah, Kanakul, Krishnanagar, and Shrikanda. Among the Parshadas, he met were Murari Gupta, Srivas Pandit, Damodar Pandit, Shuklambar Brahmachari, Gadadhar Das, Parameshwari Das, Jannava Devi, Boshuda Devi, Birabhadra, Abhiram Thakur, Narahari Sarkar Thakur, and Raghunandan Thakur. All these great personalities witnessed Srinivasa's intense devotion and told him to go to Vrindavan. Srinivas then went to his mother and repeatedly asked her for permission to make the trip. His mother could not refuse when she saw his eagerness. Srinivas then traveled through Agradip, Katwa, Maureshwar and Ekachakra, and then went to Kashi, Ayodhya and Prayag. He spent a long time visiting all these holy places before he finally arrived in Braja. There he learned that Rupa Goswami, Sanatana Goswami, Kashishwar Pandit and Raghunath Bhatta Goswami had all disappeared. Raghunath Das Goswami, Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Jiva Goswami were still living, however. Srinivas met all three of them and received their blessings. He was initiated by Gopal Bhatta Goswami and took instruction in the Vaishnava scriptures from Jiva Goswami. In great affection for Srinivas, Jiva Goswami commended him to his deities, Radha Damodara. Srinivas met Raghunath Das Goswami and Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami in Radha Kunda and received their blessings. One day, Shri Jiva Goswami heard Srinivas explain a verse from Ujjwal Nilamani and was so impressed by his erudition that he bestowed the title Acharya upon him. Jiva Goswami also gave the titles Thakur to Narottam and Shyamananda to Dukhi Krishnadas. Jiva Goswami ordered Srinivas Acharya Prabhu to tour all of Braja's pilgrimage sites with Raghav Goswami. We hear this on Julan Yatra Day. So this type of parikrama is devotional, it will increase devotion, but only to visit holy places like in Karmakant, to be rescued from sins. That for that type of pilgrimage, Narottam Thakur said it is only unnecessary trouble because the perfection of everything is the lotus feet of Govinda. So that kind of visiting holy places is only trouble instead of worshiping Krishna. But this kind of parikrama is for the worship of Govinda, for his service. Shri Jiva Goswami and the other Vaishnavas in Braja ordered Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu to take manuscripts of the invaluable Goswami's literature to Bengal in an ox cart. They placed them in a chest that was offered to them by a rich merchant in Mathura, back to Bengal in an ox cart. They set off on the Shukla Panchami of Agrahayan month. It was a long and dangerous trip, but they were able to cover the greater part of the distance without any trouble. Upon arriving in the Hindu kingdom of Bon Vishnupur, they felt that the danger was over. However, the rumor had reached the capital of Vishnupur that a rich merchant was traveling to Puri with a valuable cargo of merchandise. Bir Hambir, the ruler of Bon Vishnupur, was also the leader of a gang of highwaymen, means robbers. When he heard that a cargo of great value was passing through his territory, he asked an astrologer to confirm the truth of the rumors. The astrologer confirmed that the chest being carried on the ox cart was indeed of great value. The king immediately sent a group of robbers to steal the chest, thinking that it contained gold and jewels. He specified to the robbers that they should kill no one. This Jyotish is one kind of science from Vedic scripture, so they can, by timing, which time and those transits and place, they can calculate what is going on. So based on that, he confirmed, yes, great value. The robbers first worshipped the goddess Chandi, that is Kali, then sent out a spy who returned to tell them that everyone in the group accompanying the ox cart was sleeping in exhaustion after eating their evening meal. The robbers felt that Chandi had mercifully given them a golden opportunity to make the raid. They stole the chest of books and turned them over to the king of Bishnupur. When Birhambir saw the large chest, he was delighted at the prospect of finding large booty inside. How disappointed he must have been to see nothing but books. He turned to the astrologer and asked him how he could have made such a mistake. The astrologer answered, "I can't understand it. Every time I made my calculations, I came up with the same conclusion. This chest is full of priceless jewels." That is not a mistake, it is true. It is incredible. I don't know why my calculations have gone wrong. The mere sight of the holy books had a purifying effect on the king. However, and he regretted having stolen them. This is Sukriti also, to see devotional books. Indeed, he desired to meet with the Acharya who owned them. That night he had a dream in which this Acharya appeared to him, and this specified him somewhat. Generally, what we desire, we also see in dream. Like in karmic dreams, according to our past karma results, we are getting some enjoyment, some suffering, and also some, according to our desire, we will get some dreams. But here this was actually from his Sukriti, that he regretted and he wanted to meet this Acharya. So this was sincere. So he also, by Krishna's will, he got such dream and that pacified him. The next morning, Srinivas Acharya, Narottam Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu awoke to find the chest of books missing. They searched everywhere, but when they failed to find any clue of the book's whereabouts, they felt so depressed that they considered killing themselves. Some local villagers saw the distressed condition of the three Vaishnavas and immediately suspected the robber king, Birhambir, and rebuked him. Srinivas Acharya made some further inquiries and was assured that he would be able to find more information from the king himself. The three Vaishnavas felt some hope and abandoned their suicidal intentions. Srinivas Acharya decided to remain in Bishnupur in the hope that he would be able to recover the manuscripts, but he sent Narottam Das Thakur to Keturi and Shyamananda Prabhu to Orissa, because this was not their seva. Their seva is there. This was his seva. While staying in Bishnupur, Srinivas Acharya heard from a Brahmana named Krishna Ballabha that Birhambir liked to listen to Srimad Bhagavatam and daily attended its recital. One day, Srinivas Acharya went with this Brahmana to the place where the Bhagavat was recited. The Brahmana introduced Srinivas Acharya to the king as a great Vaishnava, and the king indeed observed the characteristics of a great person in him and was attracted to him. The king expressed a desire to hear Srinivas Acharya speak on the Bhagavat, and Srinivas Acharya agreed, thinking that this might be a good opportunity to recover the books. So he started to speak on the Bhagavat on a daily basis. The king was enchanted by Srinivas Acharya's unprecedented explanations of the Bhagavat in his sweet voice. Srinivas Acharya preached Mahaprabhu's teachings both through speaking on the Bhagavat and by Kirtan, while Narottam Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu primarily used the medium of Kirtan. Each of them had his own particular style of singing Kirtan, by which they intoxicated their listeners with devotional ecstasy. The styles that these three Acharyas used respectively were named Manohar Sahi, Garanahati, and Reneti. Birhambir arranged for a secluded dwelling to be given to Srinivas Acharya. One day, when he had the opportunity to find the king alone in his apartments, Srinivas Acharya recounted the entire story of his journey from Braja and the theft of the manuscripts. The king immediately confessed, showing great sorrow for his misdeed, and had the chest of books returned to him. Greatly relieved, Srinivas Acharya immediately sent messengers to Vrindavan, Narottam Thakur and Shyamananda Prabhu with the good news. In the course of time, Birhambir and his entire entourage all took initiation from Srinivas Acharya and dedicated their entire lives and wealth to him. At initiation, Birhambir was given the name Chaitanya Das, because at that time there was no printing press, so books were only few copies, handwritten. So if you lose it, is great loss. Nowadays you can just print new one in thousands, but that time it was different. So he was greatly relieved and all were happy. So he initiated the king. After staying in Bon Bishnupur for some time, Srinivas Acharya returned to his maternal grandfather's house in Jajigram. Then he set off on another tour of Katwa, Navadip and other towns in Bengal. Srinivas Acharya respected Narahari Sarkar of Srikanda greatly and was also very devoted to his saintly mother. Mother is pure devotee of Mahaprabhu. She saw him directly and got blessing everything. And Narahari Sarkar is personal associate of Mahaprabhu. When Narahari Sarkar heard Srinivas Acharya's mother express her desire to see her son married, he gave him the order to do so. Even prior to receiving this order, Srinivas Acharya had received the same command from Advaita Acharya in a dream. Though he felt somewhat ashamed, he realized that he could not ignore the wishes of Advaita Prabhu, Narahari Sarkar, and his mother. They are all pure devotees. It is their desire. He thus agreed to get married and was wed to Ishwari, the devoted daughter of Gopal Chakravarti of Jajigram. Because if two get together for the service of Krishna, that is good. It is approved by Shastra, by Supreme Lord, by Guru, by Vaishnavas, if it is for this, for the service of Krishna. It is not always easy to understand the divine activities of Mahaprabhu's devotees. Only someone who is totally surrendered to the Lord and his devotees can comprehend their glories. Because generally it is thought marriage is like for sense enjoyment. But here it was different. So one only external observation, he may think in another way, but it is not easy to understand how, what kind of marriage was this. Srinivas Acharya started to teach the Goswami's books to his disciples in Jajigram. One of his most important disciples was Ramachandra Kaviraj, the son of Srikanda, resident Chiranjeev Sen. Sri Jiva Goswami Prabhu gave Ramachandra the title Kaviraj after hearing his poems. Narottam Thakur had a close friendship with Ramachandra Kaviraj and even wrote about it in one of his songs. Doya Karo Shri Acharya Prabhu Srinivas. Ramchandra Sangamage Narottama Das. He was disciple of Srinivas Acharya. So Narottam Thakur prayed to his guru, means Srinivas Acharya, you give me association of your disciple, Srinivas Acharya. but they are all pure devotees. In their case, it is not like senior and junior like this. Guru is pure devotee, disciple is pure devotee. God brother is pure devotee like this. O my master, Srinivas Acharya, please be merciful to me. I, Narottam Das, beg you to give me the association of Ramchandra. When Shuklambar Brahmachari, Gadadhar Das, Narahari Sarkar and Dvijo Haridas Acharya all ended their earthly activities, Srinivas Acharya was once again overcome by grief and made another trip to Vrindavan. Ramchandra Kaviraj and Shyamananda Prabhu also joined Srinivas Acharya in Braja on this occasion. Srinivas Acharya met with Gopal Bhatta Goswami and Sri Jiva Goswami, as well as with Bhugarbha Goswami and Lokanath Goswami, and these great devotees encouraged him and diminished his feelings of loss. When he returned to Gaura, that is Bengal, this is Gaura with soft R, not Gaura like Gaurango, but Gaura. So Gaura Mandal, if it is with this soft R, then it means Bengal. Gaura Desh, Gauriya Mat. When he returned to Gaura, means Bengal, Srinivas Acharya joined in the festivities occasioning the departure of Gadadhar Das in Katwa, Narahari Sarkar in Srikanda, and Dvijo Haridas Acharya in Kanchan Garya. From there he went to Budari village, where Ramachandra Kaviraj and Govinda Kaviraj hosted him in great opulence. Narottam Das Thakur had also left Vrindavan on Lokanath Goswami's orders, returning to Keturi. On the full moon day of Falguna, he established the worship of 6 sets of deities in the temple there. Full moon day of Falguna means Gaur Purnim, appearance day of Mahaprabhu. On that day, he installed all the deities. On that day was this great festival. Deities in the temple there is Sri Gaurango, Sri Ballabhikanta, Sri Brajamohan, Sri Krishna, Sri Radhakanta, and Sri Radharaman. Srinivas Acharya performed the installation ceremony and the first puja. Jannaba Devi was also present at this great event. After the festival, she went on to Braja with her entourage. Upon her return, she met with Srinivas Acharya at Katwa and then went with him to Jajigram, where she spent some time as his guest. Srinivas Acharya made another trip to Navadip with Narottam Thakur and Ramachandra Kaviraj, performing the parikrama of the 9 islands, each of which represents one of the limbs of devotional service. When Raghunandan Thakur entered the Nitya Lila, Srinivas Acharya went to Srikanda and participated in the Disappearance festival. He returned with a heavy heart to Jajigram and from there went to Bon Vishnupur. The king and the other residents of the town were excited by his visit and received him with great pomp. In Vishnupur, Srinivas Acharya received an order from Mahaprabhu in a dream to accept the hand of Gaurango Priya, the daughter of a certain Raghava Chakravarti. Like our Gurudev's duty was, as Acharya of the Math, he had to yearly visit all the maths on those annual festivals. Then all disciples, they are happy, and those devotees living in that area, and with great pomp they are receiving, sometimes with band or some kirtan, and then doing arati like this. So here also it happened. So again, he got dream. Now Mahaprabhu is telling him, you will have to marry again. And he told him, this girl. Raghav Chakravarti and his wife Madhavi had been searching for a suitable husband for their daughter. They had simultaneously received the order to give their daughter in marriage to Srinivas Acharya in a dream. Srinivas Acharya thus married for the second time. Pure devotees have no objective in life other than to fulfill the desires of the Supreme Lord. They are thus ready to do anything if it pleases the Lord. None of their activities has the slightest hint of material desire in it. Srinivas Acharya is the Shakti Avishta avatar of Mahaprabhu, and only a person who has received his special blessings can describe his transcendental activities. They are transcendental. Even this marriage, 2 marriages, they're all transcendental, because it is for the service of Krishna. No any other thing. Shakti Abhishta avatar of Mahaprabhu and Shakti Avesh. Mahaprabhu empowered him. So he was like Mahaprabhu. If you meet Srinivas Acharya, it is same as meeting Mahaprabhu, and he was preaching everywhere. That is why only those who is surrendered soul, then by their grace, by personal associate grace, you can understand their transcendental character and activities. Otherwise, with only external observation, you may misunderstand. So yesterday was his appearance day. I am bowing down to his lotus feet. By his grace, everything is possible. I am praying for his causeless mercy to bestow service of his lotus feet and the service of his object to worship, Shri Gaur Nityananda Prabhu and Radha Krishna. Then, today is the disappearance day of Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. I will read from the book of Srila Bodhayan Maharaj. One of those significant personalities who appeared to assist Srila Prabhupada in his mission appeared on 3rd February 1888 in the village of Patrashaya, Bankura district, West Bengal. This is little west of nowadays Bankura. He was born in a high-class Brahmana Bandopadhyay family. His father, Ramchandra Bandopadhyay, and his mother, Srimati Gyanda Sundari Devi, were both spiritually inclined. They named their newborn son Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay. His parents worshipped their family deities, Shri Shri Radha, Sham Sundar, on a daily basis in their home. Since childhood, Atul Chandra was attentive towards his parents' ritualistic practice of worship. According to Bengali tradition, this is proper family life. They are worshipping Radha Krishna in home. According to Bengali tradition, at 6 months, before feeding a child his first grains, a test is done to determine the child's future inclination, that is Ruchi Pariksha. What is his taste examination? They did for Mahaprabhu also. a plate is arranged with various items like coins, gold, coins means rupees, that is silver. Then gold, durva grass, Srimad Bhagavatam, no, here it says Srimad Bhagavad Gita, dry mud, and a colorful, fragrant flower, and placed in front of the child. The item that the child reaches for first is an indication of the child's inherent nature. When this plate was put in front of Atul Chandra, the baby grabbed the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. After the incident, many scholarly persons expressed their opinions that this baby would be a great saint in the near future, because when baby is 6 months old, at that time he has no consciousness developed that he can think and decide, and no, that is only by nature, natural inclination. 6 months before giving grain. When they tested Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu took Srimad Bhagavatam and embraced Srimad Bhagavatam. Atul Chandra was a meritorious student in his reputed village school. In his youth, he paid obeisance to his parents and to his grandmother every day. By their blessings, Atul Chandra realized the essence of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, as well as the other authentic scriptures. Since childhood, he was generous and helping the poor and destitute. When Atul Chandra was in college, he arranged a religious debate among students. In that debate, some glorified Gyan, some glorified karma, and some glorified austerity and yoga. According to the Lord's arrangement, Atul Chandra was the last speaker. He defeated everybody's logic and established Bhakti as the supreme path to attain the Supreme Lord and to deliver oneself from the miserable material condition that plagues us. So this was when he was in college, because he was Vaishnava from birth and in such Vaishnava family. So he defeated everyone. In the year 1910, an international conference was arranged in his college to discuss various philosophies. Therein, Atul Chandra gave a magnificent lecture in English about devotional philosophy. In the audience, amongst others, there was a railway commissioner who was extremely happy hearing his talk. After receiving his degree in 1910, Atul Chandra was appointed by the railway department as an engineer in Dhanbad, Jharkhand. Coincidentally, the railway superintendent was a person named Atul Chandra Datta. This is coincidence. So this was all before he met Prabhupada. 1910, he gave that talk. While serving in Dhanbad, Atul Chandra Bandyopadhyay met with a disciple of Srila Prabhupada named Professor Nishikanta Sanyal. He was also a pure devotee, fully dedicated to Prabhupada. He was household devotee, but fully dedicated. So Prabhupada told for him, he's a Prakrita sannyasi, means natural sannyasi, by nature, though he was householder and having job and everything, but he offered all salary he gave to Prabhupada. Then Prabhupada arranged his brahmachari to take care of him, because this was his nature. Extreme dedication. He also wrote many articles in English and some books he wrote in the name of Prabhupada, means Prabhupada was checking, approving, and also one book, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, in English. There he, in English, he explained he narrated whole Gaur Lila based on Chaitanya Bhagavat and Chaitanya Charitamrita in brief. But his English is very high. It's not so easy to understand. Also that Brahma Samhita and these many writings of Srila Bhakti Srinivas Thakur in English, they were edited by him. That is why such high English. Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay, Atul Chandra Datta and Professor Nishikanta Sanyal had daily discussions about spirituality. During these discussions, Professor Nishikanta Sanyal frequently spoke of the glories of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada means Bhakti Srinivas Thakur, his English was very high. No one can easily understand because he had to attract those high-class educated people to Mahaprabhu because they all lost faith, thinking this is for low-class people, but Prabhupada made this pastime to display such high scholarship and ideal character, and also all languages, high class, also English. So this Nishikanta Sanyal and Prabhupada, they had such high class English and devotion. Once Atul Chandra Datta and Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay decided to visit Sri Chaitanya Math in Mayapur to meet with Srila Prabhupada. It was a hot summer's day and they reached Sri Chaitanya Math at about 2 p.m. Vinod Da, later known as Srila Bhakti Pragyan Keshav Gosai Maharaj, greeted both of them, asked them to freshen up, and then arranged for them to honor prasadam. After lunch, Vinod Da took them to meet Srila Prabhupada in his bhajan kutir. Both of them were completely mesmerized seeing Srila Prabhupada's holy form and decided to stay a few days to listen to Srila Prabhupada's ecstatic descriptions of bhakti. Day by day, Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay was becoming more and more inclined toward renunciation. His mother, out of fear, arranged his marriage. Although he got married, his mood was like Raghunath Das Goswami's, inclined towards renunciation and devoting his life to spirituality and Srila Prabhupada's mission. At that time, upon request from Professor Nishikanta Sanyal and Atul Chandra Datta, Srila Prabhupada came to Dhanbad, that place. They hosted Srila Prabhupada in the railway quarters of Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay. There, Srila Prabhupada gave attractive discourses on the benefit of chanting the holy name, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, in the Kali Yuga. During this trip, several railway officers, along with Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay, took initiation from Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada gave Atul Chandra Bandopadhyay the name Shri Aprakrita Bhakti Saranga Prabhu. After initiation, whenever he was on leave from his work, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu spent as much time as possible with Srila Prabhupada. Also, when his office hours were completed, he would go and collect alms from various reputed households for the service of Sri Chaitanya Math, his Gurudev's mission. Once, in 1919, Srila Bhakti Vivek Bharati Gosai Maharaj and Srila Bhakti Swarup Parvat Gosai Maharaj went to Dhanbad to collect donations for the construction of devotee quarters at Sri Chaitanya Math, Mayapur. Bhakti Saranga Prabhu hosted them, and after hearing the desire of Srila Prabhupada from them, felt blessed for the service opportunity. He took them to a coal mine manager who, upon hearing the request of Bhakti Saranga Prabhu, gave 5 wagons full of coal. The coal would be used in the preparation of the bricks used to construct the devotee quarters. You have to bake them. At the age of 32, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu resigned from his work and came to the lotus feet of his Gurudev at Ultadanga Junction Road, Calcutta, with his entire provident fund. This year I had this fortune to visit that place, Ultadanga Road. There it all started. Preaching started there. And all associates of Prabhupada, they joined him there. Seeing his service attitude and spiritual scholarship, Srila Prabhupada gave him the titles Bhakti Shastri Maha Mahopadeshak, that is highly qualified spiritual instructor, and Prouda Sevadikari, experienced servitor. Like Mahaprabhu appeared in Navadip, then when he started his pastime as a devotee, then all his personal associates from all other places, they joined him in Navadip. Like that, Prabhupada, he started his preaching in this Ultadanga, Kolkata, and all his personal associates, they came there. Srila Prabhupada appointed him to become the main editor of the weekly Gauriya magazine. On 15th August 1925, Srila Prabhupada established an editorial board for all Gauriya publications called the Sri Gauriya Sampadak Mandali and appointed Bhakti Saranga Prabhu as the chairman. For 16 years, from 1920 to 1936, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu served as the chief editor of the weekly Gauriya magazine. Once, Srila Prabhupada was unhappy because a scholar criticized Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Srila Prabhupada sent Bhakti Saranga Prabhu to that scholar, and he completely defeated the criticism of the scholar. The scholar accepted his defeat and surrendered to Srila Prabhupada. Another time, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu was physically unwell, but it was the day of a Nagar Sankirtan program. Srila Prabhupada asked him, "Are you physically well?" Immediately, to satisfy Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu said yes. Srila Prabhupada said, "If we always engage our minds in serving the divine couple, the mind will always be healthy. If the mind is healthy, then the body will be healthy. Through service of the divine couple, we are eligible to become free from material attachment. In this way, having gotten this rare human birth, one gains spiritual power through serving Sri Guru and Vaishnava. Through that power, all obstacles will pass away." On 1st November 1936, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu boarded a ship, the Phoenix, from Colombo, Sri Lanka to London. On 4th November 1936, on the way to London, he had a vision of Srila Prabhupada in the sky. Srila Prabhupada said, "Your preaching in the West will be extremely successful. The mercy of Guru is everything. Guru Kripa Hi Kevalam." Prabhupada sent him, I heard from our Gurudev, and Prabhupada chanted some japamalas, and he gave to him to carry with him. And he told him, "If you find any sincere person there," means he has faith in Supreme Lord, after hearing Harikatha, if he will be inclined to serve, then you can give him initiation. This was already during the time of Prabhupada. He was the first who got such service from Prabhupada. This year, when I was in Mayapur, we observed his appearance festival. His mat, that Nandanacharya Bhavan, where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Nityananda Prabhu first met, that is very near to our mat. 2 minutes walking on the right side. So on that day, it was his appearance day. So we went there for festival. Many sannyasis, they were speaking Harikatha, and also Gopananda Bon Maharaj, he was president of that sabha. So because he has affection for me, at the end, when all sannyasis spoke, and then Gopananda Bon Maharaj also told me, you want to speak something? But I already was little prepared because I felt before that it may happen. So I was thinking, if he will say to speak, what I will speak. So I was remembering what I heard from Gurudev. So he was repeatedly saying, you want to say something? Then I understood he wants. Then I came and I spoke some few sentences in Bengali and then in English for some time. Then everyone was happy. Then I returned back to my seat. Then I got his grace, Srila Bhakti Saranga Gosai Maharaj. In front of his samadhi we were having program, and it was very nice festival. There, his samadhi is there, his deity is there. So I felt fortunate that I got this opportunity to pray for his grace there and on his appearance day and say some his glories. So here you see Prabhupada himself appeared to him in a vision and told, your preaching in the West will be extremely successful. The mercy of Guru is everything, because Prabhupada sent him. Then all mercy is there. Then we need not think anything. Only we have to surrender and obey the order. Like I heard from Brihad Bhrati Maharaj, I told. He was in some awkward situation, but because he was surrendered, by the grace of Gurudev, he got all idea what he should do. Then Gurudev also confirmed him later on. Yes, we are surrendered soul. Only we have to obey the order of Guru. Then by his grace, we will get everything what is necessary. So I know the time is already over, but it is just some little more. Maybe it will take a few more minutes. I want to read till the end. On 18th November, he reached London. Sambit Ananda Prabhu, who was a barrister by profession and a disciple of Srila Prabhupada, and the brother of Srila Bhakti Vilas Tirtha Gosai Maharaj, brought him to the Gauriya Math at 3 Gloucester House, London. In London, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu gave spiritual discourses in various prominent assemblies. He was very successful. However, during this time, Srila Prabhupada physically passed away. Bhakti Saranga Prabhu returned to India on 23rd September 1937. Upon his return, out of intense separation from Srila Prabhupada, Bhakti Saranga Prabhu decided to go back to his village to reside in a solitary place. Seeing his condition, all his god brothers requested him to take sannyas initiation. On 20th March 1941, at Tota Gopinath Temple, in the presence of Srila Bhakti Vichar Jajavar Gosai Maharaj, Srila Bhakti Gaura Baikanash Gosai Maharaj, and Srila Bhakti Prakash Aranya Gosai Maharaj, he took the vows of sannyas from Srila Bhakti Rakakshidhar Gosai Maharaj and received the name Srila Bhakti Saranga Gosai Maharaj. Afterwards, Srila Bhakti Saranga Gosai Maharaj established a temple at Imlitala in Vrindavan, the place where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sat when he had visited Vrindavan. This point I said there in Mayapur on his appearance day. That in Shastra we can see what are the necessary qualities of a bona fide Guru. He must be well versed in all scriptures and must have realization of Supreme Lord. Full dedication. I told this some verses. Then I said, but here we see practically Prabhupada in his lifetime, he told him to give initiation. Means Prabhupada is approving he has these qualities. He was the first to get such service, even during the time of Prabhupada. This I told them. And also I said that I heard from the recordings of Srila Bhakti Rakshidhar Dev Goswami Maharaj that when Srila Sridhar Goswami Maharaj did not yet start giving initiations, before that many persons approached him faithfully. They want to take initiation, but at that time Srila Sridhar Maharaj used to send them all to Srila Bhakti Saranga Goswami Maharaj. And Sridhar Maharaj said, I trust him. I said this there. So we can see Prabhupada is approving, Srila Sridhar Maharaj is approving. They are not ordinary persons. So then we can understand his glories. He's not ordinary person. Realized soul, personal associate of Krishna. Then later, I think he was also the first one to receive sannyas from Srila Sridhar Maharaj, and also that place Nandana Acharya Bhavan, it was revealed by Srila Sridhar Maharaj, but he gave that land and that place and everything to Srila Bhakti Saranga Gosai Maharaj to make mat there and serve there. So not ordinary person. Then in Imlitala, he also made a temple. He also established temples at Karol Bagh, Delhi, at Balur Ghat, Calcutta, and so on. In Srida Mayapur, he established Shri Shri Gaur Nityananda temple at the place where Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Shri Nityananda Prabhu met for the first time. That is Nandan Charjwal. On Tuesday, 26th May 1964, at his temple in Calcutta, Srila Bhakti Saranga Gosai Maharaj entered into the eternal pastimes of Shri Shri Radha Govinda, leaving this material world behind. His samadhi was established in the presence of his god brothers at his Mayapur temple, that you can see there. Also, I had this good fortune to be in association with his grand disciple, Srila Bhakti Prasad Sadhu Maharaj. He is now Acharya of their mission. He told me many times when we were traveling in Europe that when his Parangurudev, means Srila Bhakti Saranga Gosai Maharaj, was in London and he was preaching, but he noticed that people here, they are not able to accept this deity worship, and it is a part of teaching of Mahaprabhu. So he was very sad, and he was thinking how I can spread Mahaprabhu's teaching. They are not able to or ready to accept deity worship. So he was worried and he was crying during the night to Prabhupada. Oh Prabhupada, you send me here. What I can do? Here people, they are not ready to accept deity worship. What I can do? Please help me. He was praying whole night. The next day in the morning, when he was walking in park near his place, then in that drain water, he saw a deity there, Vasudeva deity. Vishnu Bhagavan, forehand. And he came there, it was shining, that deity was shining, and he attracted his attention, and he came there and took deity. Then that deity spoke to him, you don't worry, you just show me to them, then they will accept. Then it happened. By the will of Krishna and Guru, he appeared there in the form of deity, self-manifest in London, not in India, in London. God is all powerful, God is everywhere. He can do whatever he likes. So he appeared there in the form of deity, self-manifest, and he pacified Bhakti Saranga Prabhu. You put me on altar, then when they will see me, then they will accept deity worship. He made such pastime to, like Bhajanya Guna Vishishta. Bhagavan, meaning of Bhagavan means one meaning given by Jiva Goswami is whoever will come in contact with him, Bhagavan, he has such qualities that no one can resist to worship him. They cannot but worship him. Such qualities he has that everyone is inclined to worship him. So he made this pastime here to appear in the form of deity and attracted those who could not believe in deity and in deity worship. He attracted them and made them have faith and inclination to serve deity. So everything is possible for Bhagavan and his pure devotees. So today is Srila Gosai Maharaj's disappearance day. I am remembering his Samadhi Mandir, his deity forum there. I am bowing down to his lotus feet and praying for his causeless mercy, for the service of his lotus feet and the lotus feet of his object to worship, Gaur Nityananda Prabhu and Radha Krishna. Also, he wrote many English articles, very beautiful. I read. His English is so beautiful you cannot believe. And high Harikatha, realized perfect Siddhanta, everything was very, very nice, not ordinary person. Tomorrow we will further hear about Markata Vairagya, that is monkey renunciation.